This is a basic tutorial video on clutching of a 2023 UForce 1000. I've done some preliminary stuff and I'm on my final adjustment on my secondary clutch. I'll show you guys briefly what I'm doing, what you can do to avoid all the hype confusion of clutch kits and everything else. My machine is a 2023. I'm running 29-inch Bighorns. I really like these tires. I have them on my Yamaha, and they're a real common takeoff tire, so you can find them like in new condition, relatively reasonable on social media things, Craigslist, whatever. My first and foremost thing about any kind of clutching or the engagement issues with the CFMotos is belts. My unit at 100 miles of easy break-in time started to get loose on the engagement. It would jerk into gear. It was revving too high before it grabbed. So the first thing I did was got a good belt. I highly recommended you do a belt before any clutching. A good belt out there is the G-Boost. G-Boost Badass Belt. You can buy this directly from G-Boost. I got mine through Super ATV because of stock issues with G-Boost. There's the part number for you. But this belt is a ticket. It brought my machine back to the original stock engagement. What I'm working on now is after this belt broke in, my engagement RPM was just a little bit too high and I wanted to drop it down. Here's a secret to doing it. A simple, easy way. I'll turn my scale on here. My machine and the primary clutch, this is the weight configuration stuff. My original weights were 20.3. I then added this simple washer, which brought it to 22.5, which still wasn't quite enough for a nice, good, smooth engagement. So I went to this flat fender type washer, which you can see has a little more metal to it, which brought it to 23.3. This is the ultimate setup. This works really good on the primary with the Badass belt for a good off-idle engagement. This washer simply goes in here. Install your weight. And install it to the machine. Upon doing that, I got a really nice off-idle engagement with the Badass belt. Keep in mind, belt is the first thing you must do. My thing now is that I'm running at 6,000 RPM at approximately 66 miles per hour, and I'd like to get my RPMs up a bit. Now, these clutches are adjustable by weights and by your spring tension. I'm sure what you heard about clocking. So my stock configuration is B1 with the stock spring. What I'm going to do, and I did this successfully on a 2022 UForce 1000 XL. We clocked it from the B1 position to the B2. And what that does is increases the tension on this spring and will give us more RPMs. That should put my engine from 6,000 RPMs at full load top speed up to around 65, where the maximum torque level is. Maximum torque is 6,500 and maximum horsepower is 7,000, where the rev limit is. So I'm looking to increase 300 to 400 RPMs, which this should successfully do. Hope that's helpful. You can look at other sites on how to actually clock this. I'm not going to go through that because I can't edit videos. But the 2022 CFMoto UForce1000 XL that I did for a friend of mine, he bought the secondary clutch kit. We had to take that spring out. It was too big. It was binding. It was holding up. We ended up running his stock spring B2 setting, and he is running 32-inch tires on the XL, and his setup is totally fine. Once again, initially what we did is we put the belt on his. We got his engagement set correctly with the primary weights, and then tested the machine to see where our top speed running RPM was and adjusted the secondary accordingly. All right, hope it helps. Save yourself some trouble, time, money, expense, headaches by doing these simple methods yourself if you can. Save money, save time. You should have good results with it before buying a clutch kit and installing it. All right, over and out. Thanks.